March the 1st, President Putin announced a new generation of weapons vastly superior to anything developed around the world. A hypersonic system, an ICBM with unlimited range, weapons that can fly through dense layers of the atmosphere, a nuclear-powered cruise missile, underwater drones, a unique combat laser complex.
So get this, Russia willingly offered the US the chance to buy Russia's super-secret hypersonic missile technology. I mean, I couldn't believe it when I heard it, and it came from Putin himself.
I told Donald, do you want us to sell you those weapons? It wouldn't breach our security, but would help to create balance.
I mean, wow. No, this is huge. Look, we all know the US has had its knickers in a twist ever since Putin debuted this technology in 2018.
Russia test firing its new high-speed hypersonic missile, a missile that the US military currently cannot defend against.
Even the Russian media took a swipe at America's state of panic stations.
President Vladimir Putin testing a new intercontinental missile and President Donald Trump's medal. From a Moscow command center, Putin watched the hypersonic missile leave its launch tube and, according to the Russians, strike a target 3,700 miles away, declaring it invulnerable to intercept. Russia says it can be armed with a nuclear weapon and travel up to 20 times the speed of sound. Without confirming the results of today's test, the Pentagon has acknowledged that America is vulnerable.
We don't have any defense that could deny the employment of such a weapon against us.
But look, if Putin really did offer Trump Russia's latest, most feared weapon technology, why wouldn't Washington say yes? Particularly if
this administration's highest priority is your safety and security.
Right. But there's just one thing. That is not how Washington's war machine works. You know, the whole billion-dollar military-industrial complex that all of us were warned about decades ago.
In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
That's right. It's big money. It's big power. It's big politics.
Don't kid yourself. You do have a military-industrial complex. They do like war.
Now, some have said that the Russian military is designed for military purposes, but the US military is designed for profit.
They are saying they will soon produce their own. That might be so, but then why would they spend the money if we have already spent it?
Well, why do you think? I mean, look who just scored big time. Lockheed Martin and Dynetics just nailed massive contracts to develop their own hypersonic weapons. And then there's a US military contractor Raytheon worth over $50 billion, and Capitol Hill just loves owning stock in these companies. It's what you call easy money.
I love the military, and I want to have the strongest military.
So is it really that hard to understand why the Western media has gone mum over Putin's genuine offer to sell Trump hypersonics?
The media, with particular attention to the New York Times, Washington Post, CNN, and MSNBC, have an enormous investment in Russia as the bogeyman.
Yeah, well, we all know that. It's been ongoing for years. But perhaps, if the MSM, the mainstream media, actually reported the story, perhaps Americans might actually start to feel differently.
It really goes a long way to disarming the views in this country among millions of Americans that, you know, Russia is the enemy and Russia's out to get us.
You know, I'll let you in on a little secret. Russia isn't out to get America. I mean, if it was, would it really offer to sell Trump its most prized, top-secret weapons?
But the fact that they're willing to share it with us is a real gesture of goodwill.
But it's all fallen on deaf ears, hasn't it? The US media is not even touching the story. No kudos or congratulations, and definitely no thanks to Moscow. Just nothing.
This could be a great day for America and a great day for Russia as well.
And that's the astonishingly disturbing point. Vladimir Putin, the West's bad boy, mafia, thug dictator, has yet again offered his professional partners in the West an olive branch. And just what's been the reaction? And that's a crying shame.